Let's see if they do it again, but G2 are choosing to start on the CT side here of Vertigo. We haven't seen a lot of Vertigo so far here on CS2 at IEM Sydney, but hopefully this shows us a thing or two that we might not know. Either way, it's fast approach. ENCE going straight into B.
Yeah, and then really no presence. Aggressive from G2. They're opting for this retake. JS gets the spot, and the info is potentially going to be pinched though with this push through mid. They do back off, and they've got the picks. The plant will come through. It's even better for ENCE right now. This is only Manesi and Nico to deal with, and I say only Manesi and Nico because they are showing their stripes right now. Back to 2v3, and the timing's going to work out. The 2v2 is on. They've got the info on NertZ, but Nico has to work out where Snappi is.
And he's about to do that. Head spotted, Balaclava dealt with real quick, one-on-one. NertZ, a few left in the clip, and that time is really ticking away. Nico waiting for the swing, and NertZ is going to get it in the end. Another pistol in the bag for ENCE, and an early lead on the T side of Vert.
That was so close. Nico and Manesi almost bringing that round back out of the fire for G2. I thought ENCE had done a great job in just establishing the round, this pressure they put on both JKS and Hunter. They had absolutely no chance going through. But it was this Nico that kind of kicked things off. Dear me. What a round that could have been. But now G2 just grouped together. There's not a single dollar spent. Crabbing their way down this A ramp. The element of surprise. ENCE though, they got the Mac 10s. They look for some farm time. And the crops potentially are ripe for picking. As ENCE are just slowly walking their way straight into B. The execute comes out now. The utility is used up to flush out every single hidey hole.
What'd you get up to today, Jim? It's a great time to get those out of the way.
Maxin chillaxin. It's a great day in Sydney, to be honest. Spent a little bit of time on the streets.
Yeah?
Yeah. Bit of walk and talk.
I'm almost able to walk successfully. Well, I am walking. It's a bit better than a hobble right now since my content injury the other day. But we're right on track to be able to maybe even pop a run out.
Pop it.
Maybe a walk out over in the arena, the Super Aware Theatre.
I wasn't super aware it was called that.
You weren't?
No.
Well, now you are.
Consider myself educated.
Everyone, super aware. Into the third we go. ENCE getting past the formalities, farming up there with the Mackies and keeping them going here on Vertigo. It's a map where, some of the substandard weaponry can really reign supreme, especially these Mac 10s. Lots of close range positions. Just playing with the sound there, making noise on the bridge, then waltzing their way back to B. And the B site doesn't have a huge amount of defense here right now. Molly to danger. Dycha just throwing all the default util, starting to edge his way forward. Let's see if they just go for the bust. They are. Early round, Dycha all the way through. Not worrying too much about the man on the back of the site. That's JKS, but Dycha at Gen has not been seen, but he's been dealt with. JKS and Hunter teaming up to lock down B.
He's still the man in the smoke, and just that delay on throwing the smoke meant that ENCE had progressed into the site without checking the girder. He tanked the molly just to get a little bit of extra time, but that grenade removes him from the round. Ooh. And so, NertZ and Madden have got this potentially. They can just suss out that next kill.
50 seconds left to make it happen. Drop sound going a whole long way, but Modesty ready to shoot down there through the catwalk. A chance for the trade, but it's missed. The moment gone. Fleeting. But still plenty of time for Madden to have a crack. He doesn't have his weapon of choice in hand. And the AK. So, the two-man swing is great teamwork to net a first for G2.
Double swing, always powerful. Even more powerful in CS2. Being swung from two different angles, get it, man. And JKS played that really well. Survivability, it really split up ENCE's focus with that smoke. You had the back half, weren't able to support the player at the front of the site taking the jewels. And it really just split up ENCE as they progressed into that site. They couldn't scale effectively.
Anchoring up a storm. And ENCE, a different approach now. Heavy presence at mid. Hunter going to get tested as JKS goes forward. Snappi peeks him with that Tech 9. There might be a world where he can find an upgrade, but for now it's mid we're worried about. Hunter going to be able to find the first and maybe even stop that second, but NertZ catches Monacy. Meanwhile, Hunter falls as well, and NertZ, he's a prayer, and sometimes that doesn't really work in CS2, so you're praying more than you're spraying half the time.
Yeah, and believe me, there's been a few prayers thrown up across the course of the day. The AK swap out there. NertZ hands that over after doing the dirty work. He's picked up 2.
Lord Gaben has lost a lot of faith by many an individual today in the Counter-Strike scene.
Forsaken by Gaben.
Looks like we are going to have Nico tested on A in this 1v3. Looksy, JKS a bit further away. And Nico might even just play for the retake, look for the save. JKS starting to move forward. Now they know that it's probably not going to be B. There's no one here unless they're clear over towards mid. And G2's seen that too. So now we're going to see a flank starting to happen from G2. Time ticking, and that nade can certainly polish off at NertZ.
Could be problematic. That's for sure, as that smoke. There's all the info. Nico just checking things out. You can see NertZ, he's well and away. That's a nice little tank down on dycha. NertZ falls. A stiff breeze comes his way. And now, well, that grenade's going to catch dycha. Oh, JKS has the info, though. And Snappi's on 1 HP.
Oh, couldn't be in a worse position. Swings through with the trade too. Good enough for Nico. I was worried that he wasn't going to jump up in time, but you saw that quote earlier. He's playing reactive, and he's done just that to net a second for G2. However, it was costly.
Yeah. Only exposing himself to the one angle there, but they had the info that they were both scaff. So they had to play that. It's a nice round for ENCE in terms of thinning the CT economy. That's the positive they're going to take out of it.
Yeah.
They didn't net themselves the win. Oh man, Snappi just getting out of that molly. Too hot to handle. Yeah, look at the CT economy, man. That's like burnt.
Yeah.
Burnt pretty hard.
And that's exactly why you're seeing the investment from ENCE. They know that the financials from G2 aren't in a good way. And with that tickle onto NertZ, they are aware that someone's over towards mid. Hey, Cheese. I think they got patched today, but we're not playing on that patch, so it's irrelevant. And the early pick coming through, favouring G2. Does ENCE keep on contacting here? Hunter has his multi-kill potential. Well, it should have been better, but the MAC-10, it's a beast in the hands of this man and that man. They're just tearing him a new one. A chance, but Monacy fading them away through the smoke.
Needs to be careful, though. Oh, the aggression through. Gets caught out. SunPayus fully aware of that potential. Clips it around the ears, and now back to 2v2. Snappi maintaining that MAC-10.
Oh, Nico in the right position to deal with this wrap into the maze side, and he's figured out the puzzle too.
Yeah. 2
alive at the end as G2 take the lead.
Shadow just giving them away. Very powerful there in that position. I had to hard clear it. But Nico had all the info.
I guess we haven't seen a large amount of Vertigo, so we haven't had a chance to really talk about those shadows.
Yeah.
But these work lights, man, they go crazy. You've seen the
look
shadows up on the wall there, but also when people are swinging or moving around heaven, those ones are huge. So keep an eye on that for later on.
Call
Any A-site retakes?
Call it divine light.
I won't, but thanks for the suggestion.
Why not?
I don't like doing things you ask, Jim.
You're just a rebel without a cause, aren't you, Mac?
I've got a cause.
Yeah?
It's drama. It's theatre. It's emotion.
Yeah?
It's about grabbing on to what you have and telling a story, Jim. And telling the best damn story you can give at any given time.
And you give and you give and you give until you get. a
Life
good story.
is but a movie, but a book. And Hooksy about to book dycha. If he walks through this one, we'll see how the timing goes.
Didn't know you were Pitbull, Mac.
Oh, JKS. I think he was heard jumping up there. Either way, dycha falls. And now it's just the mid boys. Looking to bang some heads. The white swing is here to stay. And Snappi again. Ooh, wait to play for JKS. Trigger Discipline going to be able to get one and fall away. The molly forcing him to play it passive, and Hooksy all alone will fall. So 3v3 and a chance now in a round where ENCE brought nothing in.
Got to be happy with that, but the flank, it's problematic. And now they have so many different directions to look. SunPayus, unfortunately, the bubble wrap couldn't protect him.
G2 managing to fend off the low bite. But I'm liking what we're seeing from ENCE. You can see they know how to play the game now. They know how powerful these multi-man swings are. And they're trying to abuse them. But G2, great utility just to slow things down. Great team play as well. And world-class aim. But I felt like that didn't need to be said. I felt like that didn't need to be said.
It's always implied. But I'm glad you pointed it out, because sometimes people need to be remembered. People need to be remembered. People need to remember. But you also need to remember people.
I feel that like itself both statements are correct.
It's a conundrum, isn't it?
It's the start of our shift technically, but it's also the end of our shift. We're on the last shift today, only getting one best of three. And what a best of three to be bringing you all the action.
It wouldn't have us on for a second. Not today.
Round 7. And ENCE will buy up. We're seeing 2 Kriegs come into the mix this time. 3-man set up at A from G2. Not too worried about mid. And ENCE, after making some noise again on the bridge, are going to regroup towards B. JKS still with the smoke to play with and the molly, but ooh, that shoulder spotted.
That's problematic grenade if they were to take a further step, that's for sure, but just backing off. dycha's been lethal on these entries. Seeing if he can work that smoke in his favour. Molotov to clear the close angle, but he actually going to have to smoke himself up. Now Hooksy.
Oh, hello.
What a play.
The Giga Chad. He's looking at the map. He's waiting for the perfect moment. Is he going to get donked in? Is he just playing a timing? Jumps up, hasn't been heard. And Hunter, in the meanwhile, going to be doing work from the backside. Hooksy, fast flank. The T's were ready, but they're not going to be able to deal with him. Bomb hasn't gone onto the site just yet. No plant to come. And Hooksy damn low means it's going to be quite hard for him to win this. Great trade from SunPayus. Sunny P running back to A. But it's Hooksy going to be heard. Hits that shift button at the right moment.
Here's the plant.
He will have the element of surprise on his side. But it's all down to how SunPayus plays this. Has gone towards Ninja, Tetris, playing the game.
Surely he checks right.
Sticks it. First go. He's just around the corner. That's not working this time. And SunPayus gets a third for ENCE. 1 round the difference.
Sunny P. Look at that, man. It's well played in the end. That round was looking fantastic. Hooksy with the play around the smoke. Again, just splitting focus of the T's as they hit this site. That's the round-winning trade there. And enables SunPayus to go 2v1.
Nice. He knows there's T's around the corner there. Going to lift at Crane, but will fall late. And ENCE just running through the paces. Boost up top. Let's see if they can catch a timing here. Making not enough noise for ENCE to be aware, but they will spin and stare at the right moment. Early opening. And G2 with this forced buy. Oh, not going to be able to do it initially. Snappi swinging and just getting all that info. It's going to be extremely hard for JKS to have a chance now in a 1v4. And I dare say he's not going to bother, but ENCE are already hard on the hunt.
Yeah, they got NertZ on the case. Inspector NertZ on the case. Oh, the stick doesn't quite land a bullet. Does actually chip him down, but regardless, he's a man now on the run. And they are on the hunt. ENCE are looking for blood.
Is there a knife angle here? I don't think there will be.
No.
Madden was sitting in a corner, knife out, ready and waiting, but JKS with his back in the corner. Oh, looks good, but now he's walking in danger's way. Madden hasn't seen him. Away far enough from that explosion, but JKS could get some extra damage at the end. He will. No trade, and he'll be happy with that. But ENCE tying things up here, 4-4, as we get ever so close to the half.
Hunter didn't get a second bite of the cherry, did he? And Nico, he was backpedaling pretty hard to get out of that position after the double boost was called. It's great decision making from ENCE. They were very reactive in the way they played. It was very fast. G2, they could only backpedal and hope to get out of that situation, but now super aggressive up A ramp. They know there's unlikely that G2 have the utility to deal with this.
We don't even know what's going on. We've got X-ray vision, JKS giving us this POV, but he was waiting that smoke out, hoping there could be some info from the rest of the pistols for him to play off. But things are still difficult. Things are still denied vision. And JKS barely gets the value out of that one. Nice attempt, but there was just util going everywhere.
It was everything happening. Just a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke and mirrors, Mac. I couldn't tell what was happening.
Lots of smoke, no mirrors.
Yeah. I need that mirror so I can have a long, hard look at myself after that round. Oh,
this is something as well.
You dirty boy.
I don't know if it's a bug or if it's every round, but I saw the other day some people, depending on which settings you're using, can see the shadow come through yellow. So I don't know if that's still there or if that's been patched. I haven't played a lot of Vertigo. I try to avoid it because of many of these things.
I've seen where two smokes intersect as well.
Yeah.
There's a visibility bug.
Well,
it's like someone's wearing a cloak of invisibility. And you can sort of see it.
Yeah, you think that, but SunPayus is putting on cloaks, taking names, and skinning his enemies right now.
Yeah. They've been absolutely hoodwinked here, G2.
Yeah, that's the
hyper aggressive. That's it. They're done. Forget about it. Well, we're waffling on. They've gotten on with the business, and G2, their woes will continue.
Booksy, Nadine to draw attention away, and will go forward. This is beautiful. We saw Twist do this yesterday as a bit of a fake, and Booksy holds the line. Hold that thought now. If he puts his life on the line, JKS might be able to get back in here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But it looks like they're too worried about the future, too worried about the next round. Understandably.
I was happy to let him go there, let him hook, you know?
Humble up ENCE while he can. But NertZ finds one and knows that Hooksy's hanging around here somewhere. Tight line. And that scope certainly allows that to feel a little nicer. ENCE going to be able to find 6 now. And G2. A little bit rough here for the A-site members. SunPayus taking full advantage of that prog smoke. Pika's advantage.
This shot was quite spicy.
Extremely spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Round 11. We shall see if G2 can be more successful here with the pistols at A ramp. Swinging in, blowing that smoke and blowing up a huge hole in ENCE with these shots. Okay, 3v2 and maybe a shot here.
There's a chance. NertZ escapes down the ladder. He's got to rejoin his teammate because right now they're outnumbered. That bomb is still in transition between the sites. Snappi's seeing whether or not he can create just a little bit of space for his teammate, and he's certainly calling him over towards B. That's exactly where G2 are staged. No kits on them, but they'll be right here for the plant. They need to avoid some of this U-tilt. Hooksy's quite low, and I expect him to be the sacrificial lamb. So some patience from G2 before they retake.
Not going through the smoke this time. There is that nade, but the damage that can do make this look damn good. Snappi hiding. I don't know if he's been seen yet. Fully tucked and waiting for that flash. Teamwork is immaculate, and Snappi's aim's even better. What a round coming through there as ENCE secure 7.
Snappi, very snappy indeed. It was off to a good start though for G2, wasn't it? These pistols were getting some value. Great stabilizing play there from Snappi. Just using the girder. Just swinging that pole.
Brilliance. Team play. ENCE bringing their A game today. And might even be bringing in an 8th T-side round on Vertigo. G2 may not have done enough here in the first half, but I guess we'll see as time goes on. Last round of the half, Modesty burning, dying, Madden swinging. And looking for the ramp control. Nico, Vengeance on the menu, and he's only going to be able to get one course of it. Hunter looking for a timing. That smoke again makes things difficult, but he's found dycha as well and put G2 in a position to succeed. He's running for dear life though.
He's got to get out. He's a man pursued. A fugitive, if you will. Look at that utility.
Oh, dunked. Smacked.
If you've ever played Madden football, that is a touchdown pass. SunPayus now, what's he gonna do?
Well, how good is he on the stick and how many can he get past? Oh, it looks good for the second, but JKS is that little bit better. 7-5 at the half again, and we've got a second one to get to. Ladies and gents, see you after this. 2-0 on the cards now. ENCE, can they fend it off? A solid performance on the T side, but G2, of course, it's their turn to run it down. And so far, I don't know, man. It feels like T side is super solid. Some teams better on the CT side, and it ain't CSGO. Everything's being played differently right now.
They're on CT. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now you got ENCE on the fence.
G2 on the loo.
It can happen. So ENCE on defense. We'll see whether or not it is effective. Madden, jiggle peeking this.
Yeah, G2 about to lay down some cable or lay out the law. But we'll see if they can polish this one off. Oh, okay, Nico, crispy. Just splattering that one everywhere, making their way with a late flank at A. But the bomb's still hanging at mid. They're pincering CT. They're taking more numbers. And ENCE have no idea what they're getting hit with. But I don't know if G2 want to be running into dycha. You know what happened before when he's got a pistol in hand.
Yeah, he's just a little too hot to handle. And here we go. They've got to try and get rid of him. They eventually get control of this B site. But that bomb, they've just got to recollect it before they can get anything done. Snappi might be able to capitalize on some timing.
Looking for it, knows while that's being planted, he's got an opportunity to find one, which he does. And he swaps guns. 15 in the clip on the Julies. No kit here, but he doesn't need it. Plenty of time after shots like that. Snappi, a big clutch from the IGL of ENCE.
Filthy. Absolutely filthy, but he gets the job done and just edges ENCE a little bit closer towards match point. But these pistols are going right down to the wire. This opener here was brilliant from Nico. But ENCE just kept them in stasis. Like, they weren't allowed to run free between their sites. The rotations from ENCE were solid. And it really just constricted G2. And normally a shot like that would open up mid. And you can see Nico's frustrations. Now they've got the rifle buy coming through. Already looking to get aggressive, looking to see if they can get something done. Snappi.
Yes, sir.
Lucky to get out of there.
Dropping that molly. I like the idea, you know. These MP9s, the running accuracy is dumb. So why not spray through the smoke? But he comes out worse for wear. At least this time. Oh, molly towards that right side of the bottom ramp. And m0NESY going to get caught too. So these rifles not finding the impact just yet that they were looking for. But we are going to see that one recycled. As that minute mark creeps closer. There's still 2 smokes here. G2, one opportunity to go for the execute, and SunPayus wants to stand. He wants to make sure there's no one sneaking through on the lane side. ENCE, they've got the read. They know G2 are about to go all in.
The question is when. MP9's just chilling around scaffolding, but you don't want to gaff at the scaff. I can tell you that right now. Smoke will provide Nico with some cover to try and isolate the duel here. However, he gets the first. Looking for the second. Oh! He gets the third. The spray transfer's there.
Just locks it down. That thing, that spray doesn't usually work in CS2, but Nico just built different.
He's analyzed the source code.
dycha. Can he clutch it up? Looks like he has opted against it and is now just playing with the shadows before getting out of here. Looks like G2 might have seen that one. You can see them starting to move their way towards Maze. Hunter looking to deny the exit. But dycha, heavy priority on keeping the M4 alive. Oh, that shadow not spotted this time.
They're all spotting shadows.
It is just mayhem. Absolute mayhem.
Right now, they're boxing shadows. What is going on?
Ugh.
Everybody was in pursuit of dycha, but he gets away, saves that M4. But how do they utilize it in this round? Are they going to buy around it?
You've got a feel for the observers as well, with these shadows being a whole new thing in the game. Like, shadows obviously existed before, but not to the extent they do right now. How do you show it? Like, how do you really emphasize this shadow advantage some players could see, might not see?
m0NESY.
Love your work, Jim.
That's why I'm here.
2 rounds.
Just the odd
difference.
semi-intelligent comment will do.
G2 winning a round like that with only 1 alive at the end means ENCE are forcing again a round of that M4 save, giving themselves a red-hot shot at cracking G2's economy. But this mid-pressure could force a fast flank to start to come through. ENCE, sneaky, making their way into ladder and trying to find any information. Madden falling makes things harder. And there's no defense on the front side other than D, who's head right down. Molly not going to hit his position. So he might be able to pop it up in time. But he won't be able to. He's just popped his hip out instead.
No, he was playing heads down, thumbs up. Unfortunately, though, couldn't work out who done it. It's Bing chilling.
Looksy. Hungry for some extra cash in the bank. Oh, and he's perfectly timed this one. Finds the first. NertZ in that solid position, not seen. But it will be hard for him to save now. G2 swarming. Nico connecting. And it's 7 on the board on the T side for G2. Trailing ENCE by 1. Ace of Predator Economy letting us know that there probably won't be another force spy coming through here from ENCE.
Yeah, the economy from G2 is in ascendancy, that's for sure. ENCE are the setting sun, though. So they're just going to have to take an eco, take a break. Just a 5-7 investment from NertZ. Another grouped approach towards this A ramp.
Best way to do it in this game.
Absolutely.
Strength in numbers. Molly at danger, allowing G2 to feel safer with this B stairs control. And Nico could get swung by many men at the moment. That one. But, oh, that Molly getting dropped and him deciding to fight. Might need an AK for the CTs, which it will. Plenty of damage from that util, though. And Modesty getting the fire down at Maze to make sure that there is no fast flank coming through from ENCE here. G2 trying to figure out how to 100% the round. But I'm looking at the map now, and they are hunting. They are pushing. Hooksy wants the info. He wants the money again.
He loves a good splash of cash, doesn't he? The bait and switch. Thanks for coming out. We'll take what you got to offer.
Mac 10 heat.
That's a nice throwback skin.
And we're all tied up at 8 apiece. Both teams want it. Both teams would love that fast track into one of the 2 semi-finals on Saturday here at IEM Sydney. Great team play there.
Working it really well.
Madden with that AK. Thought he'd maybe swap that across to NertZ or SunPayus for an Org instead, being that #1 Org enjoyer of the tournament so far. But Modesty, scope of his own. Swiftly smoked right off the line.
They have been enjoying the Orgs, haven't they? It's organised crime at its best.
Sometimes I think your mouth and decision-making is organised crime, Jim.
Look.
Your word selection. Nico, though, great crosshair
Bars,
placement.
mate, bars. I could call me Optimus Rhyme.
Wrong time, wrong place. Hooksy.
Looking to transform the round.
Oh! And we'll at least get traded out. And can now have that bird's eye view on the rest of the G2 boys. Hunter dealing with NertZ there. Just barely living on 1 HP. And on the 4v2 ENCE, without any money in back pocket, you're probably going to see them save here. And G2 continuing to string these rounds together. This will be 4 in a row.
It'll be a nice run of rounds, that's for sure. Definitely what you need when you're on that CT side.
Well, even after everything Nico has said about Vertigo, he's still fragging up in a great manner. 18-10 right now.
I mean, you'd hate this map if you're a white crosshair user without an outline.
Oh, for sure. Heard that from Acor? I think it was Acor yesterday.
Just can't see. That's why green hot crosshair is supreme. It's eternal.
Rip Acor. Rip Game of Legion. I would have loved to see them in the arena. But FaZe, of course, you know, making that full lower bracket run. Can they make it all the way to the end is the question. We'll all find the answer to over the weekend. There you go, round by round G2. They've managed to reclaim the lead. And ENCE into another gun round. Another mixed bag of whatever this is.
Yeah.
Lower util, you know, fast in the mix, which arguably has been great to watch in CS2 comparatively to CSGO.
Absolutely. I've loved the assortment. Yeah, I've loved the assortment of weaponry though. But yeah, the FAMAS, they needed that viable second rifle option on CT.
Yeah.
That was a little bit cheaper.
Funnily enough, while we're thinking about AUGs, talking about Kriegs, last time it was that Krieg and AUG meta was actually in 2019 at IEM Sydney, and then the patch came through which fixed it. So maybe history's repeating itself there. I want to see how quick is he on the stick this time. SunPayus going to test him on the line. He's thinking about it. He's on the offline. And Madden just watching the gap in the sandbags.
Yeah, this could be a wild double swing.
They're teasing me.
Yeah.
The X-ray, knowing that they're there. No sound made just yet. No one has a reason to swing the offline. Damn good. And SunPayus keeps on fighting. Going together will be Madden's downfall. And the 1-for-1 may favour G2 in the late round.
It's a good trade from Monacy. They're in transition now, though, G2. Nico thinks he's found some space in mid.
Yeah.
Be coming that through. Here we go. He's got one on the rotate. Now putting pressure on this B. Anchor. Oh, doesn't quite spot out dycha. dycha's going to try and get away. But that's the site given over.
That info was so crucial from Nico that at least that B anchor's position was known, and SunPayus tries to make a hero play, but not today. My mate will fall. And Snappi in the 1v3 needs to try and stand tall. Re-smoke on CT makes it so much harder for him to get through. And he's hoping now, just spamming through that smoke, but he'll not be able to escape. Monacy aggressive in towards CT from the catwalk line. And G2 again, another found, a 2-round lead now. And ENCE, this CT side has been lackluster to say the least.
Yeah, that swing gets booked so hard. All over that. It was all over Red Rover for ENCE as soon as Nico found space on that B side. Caught NertZ with his pants down. So rotate out. And now they've got to try and talk about it because G2 have doubled up on the round count. And they want to book a day off on Friday. And we're straight into the semi-finals.
Interestingly, ENCE has barely taken the time out. Maybe G2's just been calling them at the times they've won them. But you have to remember as well, that's 5 rounds in a row for G2. ENCE, the only round they've won this half is the pistol. And then if you lose after that pistol, if you go for that extra force, which could have won them the half from there, look where they are now. Economy has been horrendous, allowing G2 to stabilize their economy and very easily get back into the game. Just slow calling, great positioning. This time we might something different though. Monacy's thinking about going in through that smoke, but over towards mid, JKS cracking open the middle of the map.
Yeah, looking to create a little bit of space. The pistol nets JKS to get a free AK. They'll be looking to try and save that. And so, what can dycha and NertZ cook up? Mad's going to wide swing there. Monacy all over it.
try and save the armor, I guess.
Yeah, it was a swing and a miss.
Maybe have a look for the AK left at mid, and that's if it was even left there.
dycha just has mastered this animation.
Yeah, what's he doing to get this, huh?
He's a cowboy. Yeehaw.
Does he just cancel it until he gets it?
I think so. Unless he's playing a different game.
Mm. Well, NertZ going to find contact. And at least has that molly to carry across the half armor, the Kevlar there as well.
Terrorists win.
Round by round, they're doing this, G2.
Yeah, it's getting more and more intense as G2 string these together. An almost flawless inside right now.
And this is only going to increase the woes for ENCE. Their money just keeps on getting drained. No surprise to see quick tactical timeout to discuss this. What are they going to do? They've tried different things.
Yeah.
They've tried some of these high-low setups. Just haven't worked out. 3 orgs. Playing that meta, that's for sure.
Yeah, doing that. But it's hard to pinpoint what's going wrong. It feels like they're just losing some odd fights at some wrong times. You know, they're taking decent map control at the right points, but G2, just their flow state, rotations, feeling a lot better. Pressure on both extremities always. You've got someone lurking there. And then the pack. And if you run into the pack, well, there's no going back. G2 are just tearing through them. And they might be looking to do it again. Monacy. See if he can play this gap in the smoke. CTs. Don't know if they can hear that scope, but in comes the donk, in comes the blow. Nico is going to be able to follow through on the leg.
It's a blow and go, that's for sure. Nico just got a little bit of residue on his leg. Oh, dear me. Nico now. That's 2 gone from ENCE. What did they do?
He just threw a flash into Nico.
Nico's the punching bag.
Yeah.
For all the team util.
Just copping it on the back. 2 Giga Chad, 2 jacked. Good to see the smiles coming through on the G2 side of things. They're enjoying themselves, as you would be when you've put this many rounds together, and things are just going right. 3v5 for ENCE to have any shot in the round. dycha has dug deep a few rounds in this series, but this is going to be a round where they really need to start connecting, and they will there. Without getting too much traded damage, Hunter falling away with that util. ENCE trying to rotate in time as the smoke start to fly through. And a dangerous swing coming through from SunPayus makes it that much harder. NertZ not going to be able to do it. JKS with the 2K puts 12 on for G2.
That's a nice cap to the round, that's for sure. It was just good fundamentals there. Every line was held by G2. They dug in. The sprays were... Oh, man. That's a dangerous place. It's a hard hat area at Scaffold.
Get some of those for ENCE. Set up with the PPE.
PPE, bubble wrap, whatever you want.
Bubble wrap to keep them feeling
Oh,
safe
oh.
and sound. dycha making sound with this gun in hand. Unfortunately, there's 3 more found from G2 at other positions, and that makes things still difficult. dycha getting that upgrade to the AK, and the B-stairs control is all he'll get because Nico's hitting taps like that. And G2 looking to put the map in the bag and the series. Looking to book those tickets to Saturday.
Yeah, G2 looking good. Nico, premier form from him. 1 tap dirt nap, handed out.
Oh, dycha not quite out of it. Knows the molly's going to force him one way, but Nico, the cover, too damn good. 13 secured, 2-0. And G2 are ecstatic with that one. Smiles all round. Already secured the arena the other day, but being able to play on Saturday and only play 1 more before going to the grand